What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video, and we are finally here for our first official video on F1 26. We are here for the start of a My Team career mode. We are here for the new regs, new regulations, super clipping, you name it. So welcome. It's been a really long time since I think we've last covered F1. I want to say it's been about 3 weeks, so I was just kind of really waiting for the DLC. Really lost some interest playing the game towards the second half of the year, and I mean, how much motivation am I going to have this year with all the super clipping going on? I'm not really sure, but hopefully this is fun. I mean, I don't think all the battery management will be fun, but overall we're just going to try to have fun, and I'm gonna make it have fun. So we're here for career mode, and specifically my team, and I have a cool little plan for my team. Hopefully, however it goes out now. However, I ain't gonna make any more promises. Let's see how long I continue this my team before I eventually give up, because that's what seems to happen. But I think my team, if all goes to plan with how I'm going to plan out my second season, if I do continue doing this, I think it's actually going to be pretty fun. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, obviously I'm going through the settings real quick. I fast forward this part because, like I said, a lot of this stuff is new. Like, we already knew a lot of this stuff, so it is not a big deal. So we're just doing all these little things, and like I said, it's not the end of the world. So, like, you think you're missing out, you ain't missing out on anything. So just choosing our avatar, new avatar, and stuff like that, and all the simple stuff, because yeah, why not? And yeah, as we fast forward through here, like I said, I'm trying to get to the point, the main point, the racing. There's going to be no like preseason type thing. I'm just going to get straight on into it, because like I said, you guys really would only care more for all the other stuff. So like I said, we're just setting up our facilities. We're going to go stock. We're going to have the worst everything, worst engine, worst everything. We're going to be poor. We're going to start out poor. We're going to try to see how far we can go up into this. I was looking at this because I feel like it's been a while since I've last really looked at all this stuff at the My Team, and like they did a lot of changes and stuff like that. So yeah, no development. There was all this other stuff as well, where like you could be at the front of the pack. I'm good. No cash. No nothing. And yeah, I'm gonna start off poor, because that's kind of how it is for a new Formula 1 team, I guess you could say. Not all the time, but they do start off with the smallest resources. Same name, Savage Motorsports, because we are a Savage. I'm just kidding, that's not true. Team colors, it's gonna be basically the same for the colors, just red and all that stuff as well. So well, time to choose a sponsor, and well, for sponsors, I think we're gonna go probably with well, whoever's got the most of the thing, and I think we're gonna go Xenon. Season goal's not bad, and also the money is pretty good as well. So when it comes to manufacturers, we now have 5. Rest in peace, Renault. Welcome, Honda and Audi. So and I think I'm gonna go Audi here, and I really just want to just give the Audi a go. I was really close to looking at a Honda, but I'm good. I'll pass on the Honda. But yeah, Audi, they're pretty known for having some customer racing when it comes to GT racing with the RA program, and I think Audi would be pretty cool with supplying as a customer. So we will be an Audi customer engine. And well, we're going with the F1 Esports lineup. Welcome Brendan Lee, welcome Jarno Opmeer, because that is the lineup. We're going to get the 2 eSport champions, and we're going to see where they can take us to the promised land. And if you don't like my choice, too bad. Jack Crawford, your seat is done, buddy. There is our livery. It looks similar, but it's not that great. This could change. But if you can kind of tell by the color scheme, you might get an idea of where I'm possibly going next season. But yeah, there it is. Just going to be red, white gloves, and some black in between there. But yeah, that is what we're looking like. There's the suit. There's the car. We're going to go with red and white. And some little bit of some dark red, some Alfa Romeo colors. Hint, hint. But time for some research and all that stuff like that. Like I said, all this stuff is the same as last year. So immediately just kind of looking around, seeing what I can really do when it comes to our research, and seeing what we can do. So there's some engine, there's some weight redistribution, which honestly might be the way to go. This is probably the best update you can probably get. And we're going to go with some weights, because obviously a light car is the way to go. We don't want to be overweight, and that is not good. So yeah, we'll just go with that. And first, some facility improvements. Phase 2 unlocks for the downforce. Go with some personnel with our drivers and do some corporate and you know, all the basic stuff as what a team principal can do. I forgot to assign activities, unfortunately, but oh, team review.
So we're gonna need to open talks with drivers for next season. They could be ours or are currently driving for other teams. You should head to the driver comms page to see who you want to consider.
How about no? I'll pass, but we'll look at the market. These guys are already pretty expensive. I think I'll pass. They are pretty expensive. I want, like I said, I'd rather keep Yarno and Brendan for the first half, and then we'll discuss. But as you can see, we were the third fastest car on the well, not third fast car, the third worst car on the depth, I guess you could say. But well, here's your grid, and I'm gonna talk over this because why not? And yeah, there's your new grid. 12 teams now. Welcome Savage Motorsports back to the grid. And yeah, there's Hulkenberg with the Audi. And there's Cadillac. And yeah, look at this grid. I mean, look at all these new faces. Some of these are the same people. So yeah, there it is. This is the same as last. I did like how they did this, so I thought this was pretty cool when they introduced this part. And yeah, so pretty cool how they still have this going. But like I said, a lot of this stuff we've all seen, so it's just kind of the same. But look at that, 12 cars on the grid. No more, it used to be 11, now we actually have an official 11th team. Welcome Cadillac. But yeah, we're making some gains, and there we go, engineering is already in the works. And research time, and like I said, all that little stuff. So minor engine power for the air filter, that could be the way to go. We could go for some front downforce, seeing about what happens, but we can really do some second facility management.
Research upgrades is complete. Once we finish researching an upgrade, we can start developing it for one or both of our cars. Head over to the development screen to get started.
Yep, same stuff. We can only do a single development, so like I said, one driver is going to have the one upgrade, and we're going to go with this engine one and confirm it. Actually, I don't even think we even confirmed it. We did not. Try that again. So yeah, all these changes, I'm still kind of getting used to it, but they're still brand new.
Hey Chief, engineering need your attention on something.
Yeah, it's already so busy. We haven't even made it to friggin' race 1 yet. And it's just some simulator time and stuff like that. We went with Upmere for that one. But driving as Brendan this weekend, and like I said, I tried to fast forward that as fast as I possibly could for you guys, because none of you guys really care to see all that. You guys just care to see this, the racing action, and to watch super clipping and all that fun stuff, because that's just how it's been this season. But yeah, Brendan getting into his seat, he's getting ready for FP1, and there's no practice highlights, and unfortunately when I got done with this, the replay file ended up corrupting on me, so there's going to be no videos or no clips outside of any of the moments during the race, unfortunately, because for some reason it corrupted. I don't know how it did, but it did, unfortunately. So yeah, there's FP1 done. Slot in P4 on the soft tire though, so nothing really too crazy, I guess you could say. But yeah, I mean, so far so good. It wasn't too bad. Car, it's a boat. It is a boat, and I cannot deny that. This is on 110 AI, by the way, just for your understanding. Yarno Upmere, I think Upmere went last, so not surprised by that. I'm really not. So Yarno did the best he could, I guess you could say. But there's your research points. There's your total, and well.
And a warm welcome, everybody. We're here in the heart of Melbourne. It's Albert Park, and it's qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix.
Well, Crofty kind of cut me off there, but welcome to qualifying day. And that was the goal. We got to qualifying in 10 minutes, so I'm pretty happy with myself. And just kind of watching some of what the AI are doing, and Leclerc, yeah, they're definitely using the boost and all that stuff.
Guys, everyone be aware,
so it's gonna be interesting. This is the first time doing a qualifying lap, and know you gotta lift, I know you gotta coast, I know you gotta manage the battery level, and we're gonna find out how hard it is during qualifying, because like I said, you want to push the car flat out. You can't this year. Next year you could, depending on if the 60-40 split goes through. But it's definitely going to change a lot of people's approaches for qualifying, I think, and just how you have to manage your battery and the best you can do it. So it's going to be interesting to see how people do it in league races, because it's going to be really interesting, because I think that some of the faster guys like myself, I think we're going to struggle a little bit. But I don't think all of us will, but I think some people will struggle to adapt. But first push lap with the car, just using the battery and stuff like that. And actually, I do like that it is lighter. It feels lighter. Less downforce though, so you definitely do feel the lack of downforce. Specifically the rear downforce. It does not feel all that great on this car, but like I said, this is probably... Obviously, like I said, we're in a stinker, and I'm not expecting us to get into Q1 or Q2, because, well, this is like my first official laps on the game. But as you can see, the overtake mode is already in. The overtake mode is immediately in your disposal. Immediately, but you can already see down to 27%. Now we're trying to save the battery. We're in hot lap mode, and well, hot lap mode actually you don't want to use for qualifying, and you want to use medium and overtake. That was somehow not a corner cut. I am confused. We have strict track limits on, I think. I'll have to check that before we load into the race, unless we just didn't find time there. But that was really weird. And very wide through there. Car just would not turn. Really struggling in the high speed through there. And that's a very tricky corner to kind of figure out with these new cars. But last corner now. Where's this going to put us? Because we're already going to run out of batteries as we come across the line. And we are out of battery, but it's going to put us, well, dead last. It's a 119.9. So... almost got a 120. Very much off the pace. Very much off the pace. And we're actually a whole half a second off of Jarno Altmaier. So Jarno's 2/10 off the other rookie, Alonso. So we're at a Piastri and Russell, so that's pretty good. And looks like they already got Russell in his real form. So thank you, Cody's. Here we go for the second push lap. And try to find some time, a very massive snap of oversteer immediately on the exit of 1. And burning the battery, and you can see we kind of cut it a little bit there. Found 2/10 under braking. Just trying to lift, and I don't have to use none in some of the ERS modes, but we're already half a second up, so we're finding time. Now we're up by 6/10, and we approach now through here. We don't have any battery now, so we can't really deploy much, and we're going to have a pretty big super clipping deficit right here. And here comes the super clipping effect immediately on the back, so you can see we're already losing speed. 184 miles an hour, and actually you just lift through there, you don't even have to brake, and we are able to keep it still 4/10 up, so we're not too far off now. 5/10 up, half a second, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10. We're definitely going to find a lot of time through this corner right here if we just keep it how we want it. Down in the 5th gear, actually was able to charge a little bit of some battery. We actually didn't find much time though, so I'm really surprised, but up by 8/10 is nowhere going to be near P19, I don't think, but it's going to be P20. It's a 119.2, so we found some time. And, well, we just got ahead of Alonso. So, yeah, I'm pretty slow at the moment. This is struggling to adapt, I guess you could say, to new machinery. But, well, I think Q2 is going to be a bit of a challenge for sure. I am completely expecting Q2 to be pretty tough to get in. But we'll see what happens as we're immediately coming out here for our final run, as we're behind Pierre Gasly with 28 seconds left on the clock. This needs to be a good lap if we want to get into Q2. And on F1, well, same game, but on the 25 pack, we got into Q2 on our first run with Savage Motorsports with Brendan Lee. So hopefully we can repeat that again, but in 2026. And here we go. Immediately up by 2/10 so far. Probably should have lifted there just to save a little bit of some battery. Down in the none now. Now we're trying to kind of get it figured out, and we're figuring it out slowly and surely. Now we saved a little bit more battery here, but like I said, boost, you don't really want to use boost in 8th gear, because it's just, I just, from what I'm understanding, it's just not worth it. But let's see what happens. We have lived here down in the 6th, used an extra gear. You can probably take that in 7th. I use 6 just so I can get a little bit of that recharge coming in. And now we approach a very pretty good braking zone when it comes to just trying to manage a little bit of some battery in the race. I think that'll be pretty helpful. 3/10 up. How do we go through here? Down in the 5th, a little bit of a lift, up by 4/10 through there. And see how we do under brake. It should have probably took 2nd gear just to get a little bit more of that battery just to deploy. But we are P23 at the moment so far, only up by 3/10. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near Yarno's time as we come across the line. Where's it going to put us? It is P23. So, as expected. Yeah, it was a very tricky session, I am not going to lie. And George Russell tops Q1, and, well, rookie 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. So, not surprised. Perez 21st, Stroll 20th, Bortoletto 18th, Ocon 18th. But, well, got a challenge on our hands. Let's get ready for the race, shall we?
It's a new day, a new dawn, a new era for Formula One. This is the 2026 World Championship. New regulations, new cars, new fuels, new drivers. Ladies and gentlemen, let's ride. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 14 corners and 3.28 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles per hour. The close proximity of the barriers make accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Piastri, Hamilton, George Russell and Verstappen, Antonelli, Sainz, Hadjar and Pierre Gasly, Behrman, Lawson, Franco Colapinto and Bottas, Hülkenberg, Lindblad, Alex Albon and Esteban Ocon, Bortoletto, Stroll, Perez, Opmeer, Lee and Fernando Alonso rounds off the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? Alongside me here in the commentary box today, former racing driver extraordinaire Naomi Schiff. A new season, a new dawn, and now 24 cars and 12 teams on the grid.
First of all, this is such an exciting time. But for them today, I guess you would be really nervous. It's the first time you're going to be doing this. There is so much to learn. But at the end of the day, they've got to remember that expectations aren't that high. They've all been there before. They've all had their first race, and no one is expecting them to land on the top of the podium. So just learn to walk before you can run.
Okay, mate, this is it. New regs, new modes, new opportunity. Let's go.
Give me that much motivation I need from 23rd and basically last on the grid. But here we go, 29 laps, and it's looking like a one-stop strategy, hard to medium. There's your grid, by the way, and looking down, yeah, a lot of mixed strategies. Teammates gone. Well, Yarno's gone mediums, or no, hards I think at the start. We're gonna go mediums, and I think that this might be the better option. And just to save those hards for the end, but that is what we're doing. Everybody else kind of the same. Alonso with the soft tires, so that is pretty interesting. But here we go. New season, new regulations. What can happen? More super clipping. Let's find out. Here we go. Underway for Australia for Savage Motorsports, and already a pretty decent start. Jumped ahead of Perez immediately, and Opmeer got a pretty good start as well. He jumped right ahead of them as well. Down into turn one we go. Opmeer looking on the inside on Alex Albon, and we're actually might get the 2-for-1 combo. And we're going to jump ahead of Ocon, and now we're going to burn a little bit of this boost here. And this is basically the new overtake mode as we almost just hit the back of Bottas and Stroll there. Keeping it clean so far. Ocon looking down the inside there. He does not have the commitment. I guess you could say I try to give him as much room as possible, but the AI did not seem to do that. But Bottas next up. Welcome back to the grid, to the man that is famous for showing his ass on a calendar. But we jump, actually going to get a pretty good run here on the Cadillac of Bottas. Two new teams on the grid battling it out already, and here is actually an Aston Martin of Lance Stroll, which surprisingly the Honda engine has made it through already the first 5 corners, so I am very impressed. And now we're back behind our customers here. And, well, not our customers, but we're the customer. They're the works team. Right behind our Audi squad, I guess you could say. But here comes Bottas around the outside, Does he have the commitment all the way through here? Side by side with the AI so far. Got out of the power a little too quick. Used a little bit of boost there. Not able to use that in the exit. Launch Stroll looking around the outside. He's kept the commitment, and he actually gives us a little bit of a love tap there, so not surprised. Previously, some great etiquette from Launch Stroll's AI. And we get a collision warning with Stroll already. But first lap,
so
it's been pretty hectic. Very hectic for sure, but we have the overtake mode. And I've really just, that's how much I've really been not so much involved with F1 this year, and it's mainly because I never really understood how the overtake mode worked, but you don't even have to deploy it. You just have to get to a second, and that automatically just appears. So you use your boost and stuff like that, and your overtake, and well, the overtake mode is that, but now the boost mode is basically the overtake ERS mode from last year. So there's a lot of new things, and obviously the straight line mode, all that stuff, that's also pretty unique as well. That's very good touchy, but I think our rear wing is the same as everybody else's. But down the inside on Bottas there and Stroll. Now you see back there, there's a Cadillac, and there is Jarno Otmir. So like I said, the replay file, it corrupted, so I can tell you what happened. Perez spun all on his own, which is the same thing that's been happening where they just floor it. And fortunately, Jarno got caught up in it. So that was about it. No wing damage on Jarno, but that was that's basically what happened for your understanding. But here we go. Hulkenberg and Mr. Gabby Bortoletto. And you can see we got a run on the Audi as we thought about going around the outside of Mr. Gabby, but he, well, took his line, and, well, probably the best that we just stay behind him. And he's looking for a move possibly on his teammate, on Hulkenberg, and I don't think those two might keep it close, but I'm not sure. 15th, 16th, 17th for Audi engines at the moment. Here comes Bottas again around the outside. Here comes the Americans, 3 Americans down on the grid, I guess you could say, fighting for their life. But here comes Bottas around the outside, giving us the room. He's a little bit of a squirrely there. It seemed like in the rear end of that Cadillac car, but he was able to make the move done. And that was a former teammate all the way back in our Alfa Romeo career mode days. And I'd sure do miss F123 right about now. But another run here on Valtteri. And got the run, and we have the overtake. But like I said, we got no battery, so we're going to have to lift through here possibly, or just go down and none. Actually, we didn't even lift. I'm really surprised by what I'm kind of doing, because you really need to start lifting a little bit more. And I think I'm just so used to just... it's definitely a process. It's an adaptation process, and it takes a while. It's going to take a while for me to get used to all this stuff, but I'm willing to learn. I guess you could say. Here's Alex Albon, and that car does look very similar. From my understanding, I think Cody said that they have not been able to update the Williams, so it's not to the realistic car model at the moment, I don't think, from what I've heard. So that's going to possibly take at least an update when that comes along. But so far the Williams is kind of scratched, and actually a little bit of contact with Bottas there, and keeping it tight and close, and down the inside on Bottas. Now we stay ahead of him, and that Cadillac, it's definitely a challenge holding Valtteri behind. And well, the AI are very quicker than me at the moment. I am downright slow, and I've cooked up my tires pretty good. Ocon, Bottas down the inside, they get the move done. We now slot into 20th out of 24th. Here comes Lance Stroll now, possibly with a run, but we didn't have boost there. They're not boost, the overtake, sorry. And well, obviously, like I said, he had to be in a second, and we didn't get to a second to Gabriel Bortoletto up in front of us. So let's see what Ocon's pace can do, and what can Valtteri do. Can Valtteri stay with this group? Lance Stroll looking back down the inside in the Aston, and not at the moment so far, but also back there as well, got Fernando Alonso, who has had a absolute stinker. I think he was also caught up in that first incident. We have Altmaier, who is, I can't really blame him for that. He fortunately just got caught up in something that was not his fault. But down on the inside, look at the closing speed on Bottas there, and that was pretty hectic. And I think Bottas might have been out of battery, or like I said, he just maybe was lifting. I'm not sure, but the closing speed there was pretty crazy. Lap 8 now. Well, Bottas jumped right back ahead of us, and actually we closed up this gap pretty good. And there was supposed to be a replay file here showing you some of the action, but unfortunately, well, as it's always with sometimes how it happens, the replay file unfortunately has malfunctioned. But yeah, now we're all back into a second, and I think it mainly helped because I think the Audis and the Williams were fighting up there, from my understanding. But lap 9 now, we're staying with them, and I'm really surprised that we really are. But at the moment, Bottas, he just might be losing a little bit of time, just falling back just a little bit. But he's so far about 7 tenths, maybe 8 tenths back. But we got to run on Valtteri here. And do we commit possibly around the outside of VB? We're looking about it right now, side by side. Someone's got to lift. Valtteri lifts. We commit, and we jump ahead down into 5th gear. But look at that. Now we got no battery. And how are we going to defend this? Well, I mean, we might play defense mode. I'm not sure. But here comes Valtteri sneaking down the inside. Does he make the roof done? The Audi and Lindblad going at it. The rookie just trying to keep his, just trying to get his elbows out with the Audi, and unfortunately the Audi comes out on top. And actually here comes the Cadillac back down the inside of Bottas, and Bottas almost just, I think he just had to misjudge the corner a little bit. He almost broke, but a couple guys coming in now. Franco Colapinto is in, and I think someone else is in there as well. I think that might have been Carlos Sainz that might have pitted, from my understanding, or that's actually, I'm not sure who else pitted back there, but I think one of the Astons did. So already some pit stops underway at the moment on this lap. And lap 10, well, VB's lost that train with Lindblad, and that's probably my fault. But, well, we jump back ahead of Valtteri. And, yeah, Valtteri sneaking his nose back down the inside. And, like I said, the AI, they're definitely, and that was a pretty bad overtake, so, or corner cut. And, well, we got strict check limits on, so we're good. That was just our test. So 2 more, and we are getting ourselves a fat 3-second penalty. But Bottas jumped right back ahead, and that was what I was saying. It's just a lot of, it just mainly depends on who has the most battery at the moment. And that's kind of how it plays out, I guess you could say. And, uh-oh, we have some sort of issue on the race car. Not sure what that is. Hopefully it's not a permanent engine failure, but Valtteri's in. I think a couple other cars as well is coming in. I think that's Ocon in, that's Gasly, that's Albon, and Gasly's in as well. So into P14 now, but we've lost the train. And Lindblad, and there is a second corner cut. So yeah, 2 corner cuts.
We're looking at some imminent gearbox issues, I'm afraid. Watch out for jams and misgears. Gap to your teammate behind, 14.1 seconds.
Mark interrupt me again. I usually talk over him. And well, we got a gearbox issue. Hopefully we can manage that. And hopefully they're saying, well, not hopefully, but they are saying it's going to be some missed gears. So hopefully it's not second and first and third, or hopefully it's anywhere near 4th to 5th or 8th, because my God, I would hate to miss a gear at the moment. But lap 13 now, and there is just, yeah, we need a pit. Tires are dead. And Albon with the insane run, and obviously, like I said, that was due to me for making that mistake, and I accidentally took out the straight line billboard at the moment, so quite unfortunate. But we're coming in this time, and so far the race has been pretty hectic at the moment, and well, there's probably a good chance though that we lose this pack, and I was not thinking this through. With us staying out and not getting all those little extra perks, well, we're gonna lose the pack. And well, we're last at the moment, and we got we are pretty far back, and Lindblad as well. Looks like he might have pitted as well with us. I think, from my understanding, I'm 100% sure, but unless he changes wing. But yeah, we've lost the pack, and well, we got to rely on our race pace at the moment. So yeah, all those guys up in front of us, they have overtake. They're gonna have all those little perks at the moment. So well, at this point, I guess this is more of a test session for me to understand how this car works with the battery. And lap 15, like I said, a lot of this is going to be fast forwarding for the moment. Just hoping we get some sort of action, maybe like a safety car or something that would be really helpful. I think right about now a safety car would be really good. But just see what happens, I guess you could say, at the moment. But it's been interesting. With all the lifting and coasting you got to do, it's definitely sucks, but that's just how you got to play the game at the moment, and that's just how it is in IRL. So like I said, they want to be realistic.
Is in the pits.
I get it.
In the pit lane
it's just
now.
really crappy, because it's a lot of management. It really is, and you really have to be careful with how you deploy the battery. But you also just really need to know when to lift, how to save, use extra gears, and I think you'll be all set. But well, jumped ahead of Valtmir, and actually we're going to jump ahead of Alonso, so we're not going to be dead last. We're going to be P22nd. Fortunately, we've been on these tires for quite a bit. Altmir's going mediums, we're staying out on the hards, and those two, I think, we're on a 2-stop strat. But lap 19, And yeah, it's been actually Lance Stroll. Ooh, has just
out.
had a moment, and Lance Stroll's out of the race. And I'm not sure what happened. From my understanding, we'll see what happens. Actually, oh, he crashed. Oh wow, the front suspension was broken, so he must have just got on the curb and almost did what Piastri did in the opening start, and just had an error there. But we're coming in this time, and almost hit the outside pit wall there. But onto a set of medium compound tires at the moment. So yeah, see what happens. Got to catch the grid and go back out there for another race, another restart. That is the goal, and we're back underway. And there's supposed to be a replay footage again. Same issue again. For some reason, the stuff corrupted, and I don't know what happened. So a lot of people might hate that I just skipped the race restart, and I apologize for that. I'm trying to get some cool photos and some cool snippets, but yeah, snippets, good one. Just some little things that I could do to make it pretty nice, and unfortunately, well, EA had other things to do for me, and they decided to screw me over. So thank you for that, Cody's. And well, lap 23, we've actually, well, we've lost the pack, and I don't know how. I really don't know how, but well, actually, there we go. We've lost all the battery, but yeah, we lost the pack, and we were pretty slow off the start, and that really sucked. And I don't think our race pace is all that great, and I think I'm just pretty slow. So we got a lot of work to do from my side. Lap 26, yeah. At this point, this is just a test session. Nothing we can really do on our side. We missed the brake zone. We're gonna have to go straight through. Small mistake there. Trying not to get a pen, as we do. I should have just honestly kept it flat. We're gonna finish last anyways. But yeah, unfortunately that happened, and small mistake. That cost quite a bit of action, but yeah, honestly, it's really, there's a 3-second pen. I knew we would get away with. I knew we would get one. I knew we'd get one on the season opener, and well, we get one in Australia. So try to keep it safe, and that did not go through. So Brendan, oh, actually Lawson's out. That's a shame. And actually, I should have forgot. Bortoletto was out as well, so that was another missed edit from my side. Did not know that happened. But last lap now. Well, there you have it. And Lawson is out, but Lando Norris wins the race, and we're gonna come home P21. So.
All right, race over.
Yeah, that sucked. And I'm sorry that this video seemed rushed. A lot of stuff did not go my way when it came to the editing side, so I do want to apologize for that. But well, on to China.
And here he comes. It's all go, go, go for Lando Norris as he takes the checkered flag and wins.
And to get a victory at the first race of the season, this might be a sign of things to come. One thing's for sure is that this performance will be giving the team and the driver relief and confidence going into the rest of the season.
It's what they've all been racing towards, waiting for them. High above the pit lane is our podium. And for the lucky three, it's time to stand on it. He raises the trophy over his head. Lando Norris, head and shoulders above the rest today.
Well, there you have it. Lando wins the race and finishes ahead of Russell and Lewis Hamilton. Or actually, Hamilton second, Russell third. So, my mistake again. And yeah, from our side, yeah, a lot of things didn't go our way. First, the race was just very crappy from our side, very slow. And two, this video is not really edited really well by me, so
well, that
I
was
just want to
certainly an
apologize. There you
exciting
go.
weekend of Formula One. Be sure to
That's
join
what
us
happened.
for more exciting
as you can see
Formula
right
One
there,
action
just
very soon.
the file corrupted. I don't know what happened. So I tried to save it, and it just would not save, and it was just glitchy, and it just wasn't. It didn't work out properly. So it's just quite unfortunate. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, what is there to say? What is there to say? Well, Yarno's lost out to Alonso, so that's unfortunate. We finished pretty far back with 55 seconds. I think we might have had some damage at the end of the race, or we had some sort of issue with the gearbox, from my understanding. But yeah, that gearbox issue, that big gearbox issue was basically there for the entire race. I think towards the end we had some sort of issues, or I had a moment. I can't really remember off the top of my head. But yeah, there is your driver standings. Lando, just like where he left off in IRL last year on 25 when he won the title. Well, he's back up front. Not doing that this year though. Mr. Kimi Antonelli is taking the reins, and well, there you have it. When it comes to the constructors wise, 12 teams on the grid. That prize money for the last two would work, as at least the highlights. They're kind of working a little bit for some reason. Don't know why the replay file did not do its job though. So yeah, like I said, I really just want to apologize. This video was not edited great by me. As I said before, I'm not going to say it again. It's just a lot of things just did not go right. And I do want to apologize. It's been like over a week since I've last... By the time this is going up, I'm actually recording this the day before this gets published. But yeah, I'm really sorry. It just did not... I just really had no time to get this up, and there was a lot of things that were going on outside, so... It's crappy, and I just do want to apologize for that, but that's how life's been. Life's been pretty busy on my side, but hopefully we can keep playing this and keep committing, because well, I think playing career mode will probably maybe help me more with a little bit of a motivation. But league races are coming up. And actually, if you saw from Monday, if you saw from Monday, we had our first league race for Fight Club, so I don't know if there's going to be a video on that, since the ending, everybody crashed, but if anything, I might make a little video about it, so see what happens. But I just want to thank everybody for watching this video. I want to thank everybody for all the support you guys have given on Twitch, TikTok, everywhere. Honestly, everywhere. You guys have been amazing. So, cannot appreciate you guys enough, but that is all it for me for today, guys. Just have a good rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Catch you later.